Welcome back to one more episode of Askamentor. The reason why we do these episodes is to make sure that every entrepreneur, just by listening to these episodes, leapfrogs in his journey of entrepreneurship. Saying that, I welcome Mr. Sovan back to the show.
Thank you, Kashyap.
So today's question is on an audio format by Ghanashyam. So he's asking, this is the question.
Good evening, Sovan. Good evening, Kashyap. I have a question regarding Askamentor. The question is that for any startup to grow big, just like OYO, what are all the must things a startup owner and a startup team and a startup committee should have to become successful? Can you answer it through your video?
So that's the question.
Okay, fantastic question. So this is very powerful. This is if somebody can understand this, it essentially helps the business owner to actually make a unicorn out of this thing. And this cannot be done in a single episode. So we'll do two parts, and some of the basics. I'm going to touch the basics, and that is what we are going to talk about. The number one point related to what it takes for a startup to grow like the business like OYO. The number one is having self-belief and self-confidence. That is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's the key here. So if we talk about OYO as an example, now the founder Ritesh Agarwal, he had tremendous self-belief and self-confidence that he can do it, irrespective of his experience, what he can do, cannot do, what the world was thinking. But he was very clear that I can make it happen. That's the key here. So as a founder, as a team, and the group of people who are focusing on building the startup, if you do not have that self-belief and self-confidence that we are going to make it happen, that is number one.
No matter what.
That's the attitude part. We will make it happen. Most of the startup, they give up, they fail because they lack this. Moment there is a small thunder comes, people start shaking. So if they're not getting customers, then they start shaking. So,
but also, I understand that part. But Sovan, isn't it that obstacles will come in the way of a startup?
Obstacle will 100% come in the way of the startup, but now obstacles will definitely come to test your own self-belief and self-confidence. Now, the more clear you are that I'm going to make it happen anyway, now those obstacles, the problem start looking smaller. You tend to identify the solutions much faster than other people who lack self-belief and self-confidence. So this is very, very clear number one point. Now, if
I'm just like getting more clarity on this. Could that be seen as being overconfident, or can it take the shape of, let's say, arrogance? I know what I'm doing. Being full-heartedly, going forward and saying, I know I'm going to be $1 billion idea. I'm going to spend a lot of money. Does that come under that category as well?
No, it will not come under that category. So this is just one of the point which is essential. So I'm not talking about overconfidence. I'm talking about having the basic self-confidence that I can make it happen. That's the thing. I'm not talking about, again, arrogance. It is making sure that I can do it. Whatever it takes, I can do it. Now, how you can do it? For that, we need to talk about the other points.
So this comes from the point of view of gratitude and humility, essentially.
Yes, and making sure that the self-belief, person who has self-belief, okay, that person can actually win whatever the person wants. Everything in the world. So that's very, very essential. Now, if we take the example of OYO, now if we talk about the other points, and some startup want to become like OYO, then the key here is to understand the problem which the more and more customers are facing. A large community of people who are facing the problem. So identifying that problem. Like if you take example of Ola and Uber, they understood the problem of quickly booking taxi within a few seconds, so that they don't have to own the car, and wherever they want they can take it. There is no parking challenges. So they understood the problem. Similarly, OYO, they understood the problem that majority of the people are looking for budget hotels, okay, without compromising on the quality. and they were looking for standardization. So this is the key here. So while the owner of OYO, Ritesh Agarwal, he would have stayed at different hotels. He would have seen what are the challenges which are there, what customers face. Okay, unless you pay too much of money, you are not getting quality. And if you want quality, affordability, at affordable prices and with standardization, that is what he tapped. And he understood that this is what majority of the people are looking for. So identifying the right problem which will solve for a big community, for a huge set of people. Now, unless we know that my idea, my problem is going to take care of a lot of people, okay, so you cannot actually become like an OYO or a Ola or a Uber, right?
So basically, you're talking about scalability here. You're talking about easier problem solving many people's lives. Is that what you're trying to say? Like scalability wise, right?
Scalability, it when you are trying to solve one problem which can help many people, okay, across the globe. So that means that you are helping a lot of people. Scalability automatically comes into picture.
Awesome.
So that's the point number 2. Now, point number 3 here is that very, very key point here. How do I still solve the problem without spending too much of money and still generate a higher return on investment? Which is again the aggregation model. Aggregation model is there already. People know it. But here he actually tabbed, or rather, I believe OYO tabbed those hotels which are available closer to the vicinity of maybe airports, maybe railway stations, maybe nearby places, which is in the accessible area, maybe central places, but which are not occupied, where a lot of money has been already spent to build those hotels, and the owners are struggling to actually get the occupancy. And which means the assets are already available. Everything is available, and he need not spend money on that. But how can I tap that unutilized asset and still make sure that I can transform them into a standardized hotel room, so that people can definitely trust that particular brand and keep coming again and again, because they can see that the quality is not getting compromised. So I'm touching 2 points here, which is one is being asset light and generating higher ROI. Second is focusing on customer satisfaction. So there is a lot of importance which was given on customer satisfaction. If a company, if a startup is focusing on customer satisfaction, it is guaranteed to get repeatability and predictability.
And I think on talking about asset light, I think it is very important that you need to be clear about what does your startup need as an asset. Do you need, let's say, an office to pay rent? Can you go to a co-working space where you can spare some money, save some money? You want to look at those aspects to look at scalability. It is not about showing to the world that you're a startup, but creating a value that the customer will like at the end.
Yes.
So it's time. And we'll do another episode to continue. I'm sure there's more to talk about this. So what do you guys think about this? What do you think about what we spoke about, or what we did not speak about? We'd like to know about you. Please leave those comments below. And please like, comment, and share, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Thank you so much. Until next time, have fun.
Take care.